If you've ever been in a reading slump, let me know. See, I can't even talk. I haven't filmed a video in like a month either, because July was just nuts. And so my YouTubing muscles are atrophied. Can I say that? Listen. Hey Ecofictologists, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lovis and we are well into the month of August. And I am only now starting to figure out how to tell you about July because I haven't done my reading roundup for July. And that is for one main reason, is that I didn't really read in July. I am in what they call a reading slump, and I thought I would just skip it, but then I thought, no, I will just talk about my reading slump and why I'm in it, and whether I am getting out of it, and what I'm going to do in the future to avoid falling into one again. If you have ever been in a reading slump, leave it down in the comments below, and let me know what put you into it, and more than anything else, what got you out of it. July was really busy for me. I did a lot of traveling. I was at a conference. You probably saw in one of my vlogs, I was at a conference at the end of June, and then I had my PhD graduation, so I am official. I'll put some pictures up here. My mum came to see me, which was wonderful, and we had a week with her, and yeah, I had my graduation, and then I got sick with the COVID. Don't want to say it because apparently YouTube is flagging videos that have this word in it, but the dreaded Rona, I got it, and it wasn't fun, but it thankfully didn't last that long. Then I had a wonderful, wonderful time in Edinburgh with my writing group. Came to see me, and I got to show off Scotland a little bit, so that was wonderful. And then I went down south for a friend's wedding, and so you would think with all that traveling I'd have loads of time to listen to audiobooks, but I didn't want to. So basically, June was a great reading month for me. I read 5 books, and they were all really good books. So I had a great month in June, and then I felt kind of fatigued, which is weird. It's kind of strange to think that you can read too much, and for a lot of people, 5 books is not too much. 5 books is very little, in fact. But for me, 5 books is a lot, and so I felt a little bit of fatigue. I needed a little bit of a break. I didn't want to go straight from one book into the next book. I had done my TBR MASH for July, and The Poppy War was one of them. The Poppy War by RF Kuang. It's an epic fantasy, military, political, adult, and I jumped right into it. I jumped into the audiobook of The Poppy War, and I absolutely ate up the first 10 hours of that audiobook. In about a day and a half. I loved it. I loved the first half of that book. And then it took a bit of a turn to something very much darker. The basic premise of The Poppy War is that we have a young girl named Rin, and she passes this exam to get into the academy where they train soldiers in all kinds of martial arts and military strategy and healing and all of these things. And she also discovers that she has kind of shamanistic capabilities of connecting with the gods. That is pretty much the first half. And then the second half is that these soldiers who are being trained really get called to war, and she has to figure out how her ability fits into all of that. So the shift to the darker side of things makes sense because they're going to war. War is dark, and it is gory, and it is brutal, and it is cruel, and it knocked me. I don't know, it wasn't something that I really felt like I wanted to go back to, and there's a certain trigger in there for me that made me almost knee-jerk reaction DNF the book, even though it was one sentence and probably will not come up again. But for me, it was enough to think that this book was past my boundary of how dark I want my fiction to be. Which I didn't know about myself, because I have read dark books in the past, but I need something lighter. I need something a little lighter. My escapism isn't really satisfied by dark and cruel and gory. Not so much. So I hit a point where the only thing I could do for my mental health was put on a cozy mystery. I downloaded a cozy mystery instead to lift my spirits. And it did. It has been. And I've been listening to that. And I think that is slowly getting me back into reading. Hopefully they're gonna save me. Because I don't like not wanting to read. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I don't like it. The other thing for me is on my channel, reading 3 books a month through my TBR MASH game is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it, but I am noticing that I'm slacking and I'm behind and I'm leaving people hanging for books that I have been asked to read. I'm behind on 2 beta reads, books that I really, really want to read, but because of being in a reading slump, I haven't been reading anything. So people are waiting on me for beta reader feedback, which is not okay. I should not be leaving my beta readers hanging. So I need to read those. And then I have an entire stack of books that people have graciously and generously sent me for a potential review on the channel, which you can do. And these are either indie published or self-published, or they've come to me through a publicist, and some of them I've had for months, which is awful. They should not be waiting that long for me, but I was using all of my reading quota for my TBR MASH game. The other thing that I'm not doing is I'm not researching my genre that I write in. So at the moment I'm working on a kind of paranormal, magical, cozy mystery, and it's ecofiction, because it's me. And because my channel only focuses on ecofiction and I only talk about ecofiction novels, if I read cozies that are not ecofiction, they don't really count towards my book reviews. So I'm not making time to research my genre, which is not a good idea. One. The other thing is, I am not really reading widely in fantasy in general, which is the larger genre that I write in, so that's also not so great. The other thing is, I have bought nonfiction books that are research for my current novel, and I'm not reading them because I don't have time. So there's a lot of, there's a balance that I need to find between reading for fun, reading for research, reading for genre, and reading because somebody has asked me for a review, or beta reading because right now I'm being a terrible beta reader for people. Sorry. What I'm going to do moving forward, this is such an unstructured video, oh my god, okay. But what I'm going to do moving forward is I will have a TBR MASH month, and then I will have a need to read month. So every other month will be a TBR MASH month, because I can't read the 3 for TBR MASH and then several more, clearly, because June killed me somehow. So it took me hitting a reading slump and stopping reading to really realize that I wasn't giving attention to the books that really were waiting on me. So finding that balance is going to be key. And if that means that this channel is not a booktube channel and I focus on other things a little bit more, then that is what is going to happen, which is fine with me. I hope it's fine with you. Let me know in the comments below what you come to the channel for. Do you come for the book reviews? Do you come for the TBR game? Do you come for the knowledge about ecofiction as a genre? Do you come to get to know someone who is trying to write in that genre? Let me know why you come to this channel so that I can make sure to continue giving you content that you want while also managing my, I don't even know what to call it, managing my input. Anyway, that's enough ramble from me. Because I cannot leave an empty spot on my tournament board for my favorite ecofiction novel of 2022, I am going to put The Poppy War in for July. Is it ecofiction? I don't really know. I read maybe 3 lines that talked about the environment and the effect of war on the environment, which is why I read it in the first place. The person who recommended it to me is totally right. They do talk about it, but it was a short section, and there is this feeling of her connection with the gods is not ubiquitous because people have lost their connection to nature, or the connection to kind of the greater cosmic phenomena. I don't really know how to describe it. You could read this through the lens of ecofiction, yeah, but I wouldn't say that it's an eco-fantasy. It's definitely political, military fantasy, for sure. But it's going on the tournament board because I can't have an empty slot. And I did read at the beginning of July, and I read this, so that's what's happening. And that works out perfectly because July is part of a new quarter, and I don't have to pick a winner. But it's safe to say that whatever wins in August is going to win over the Poppy War because, well, this entire video. So, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having fun reading. I hope you are not in a slump. I don't know if this video is the best advertisement for my channel at present, but if you like what I do, I post every Wednesday all about reading and writing ecofiction. You can like and subscribe if you wanna. And of course, you can always join our Discord server, Rewilding Our Stories. I'll leave the invite link in the description below. It's a safe community for lovers of ecofiction of all kinds. And we are gathering suggestions for our September book club. So if you want to have a bit of community around your reading, and also that kind of motivation does help you avoid the slump if other people are reading along with you, join us. We're so happy to have you. And yeah, invite link is down there. And that is all from me this week. I hope it was coherent. Happy reading. I really mean that this week. Happy reading. And I will see you next week, Ecofictologists.